It is bloody horrible out there today. So I'm taking the opportunity to show you something that I don't often get to do these days, which is actually go and price up a job. It's only a little one, little bungalow. And as I've said before, probably only about 158,000 times, but about 95% of our inquiries, am I shouting? Sounds like I am. About 95% of our inquiries, they're really cool, because when they come in, they want a quote. So 99 times out of 100, they'll text, email or WhatsApp me some images, and I can wing them back a quote within minutes. Good, I don't see this very often as a stop-go man. Yeah, what was I saying? That was it. Occasionally, it happens, 63, it happens, mate. On a good day, I can wet myself at least 4 times now. Anyway, where was I? Yes, occasionally you get a customer, you have to get off your ass and go round and actually have a look at the job. You have to go retro, go old school. And I can remember years ago, literally, you would have, because in my workbooks everything goes in there, all the list of jobs to go and quote, but at the end of each week or month you would have a long list. So you'd wait for a rainy day such as today, and you'd go out and you'd just spend half a day driving around pricing up jobs. And this takes me back to those days, and I love doing this, to be honest. You know, I love being out and about, driving around, not actually having to clean windows and just looking at buildings. And I get all sort of like, you know, it evokes memories, you know, because I go back to places where I haven't worked for years, and I go back to places where the business actually first started. And I love things like that, just driving around, and you just go back in time and go back 40 odd years to when you was a kid and when you were starting out. And I just like things like that, and seeing some of the people, you know, they're still around and we chat, and you know, think I was 22 when I started, 63 now. So, you know, a lot of my customers are very elderly. You know, we've seen their children grow up, the children's children grow up. So it's lovely to take time out and be able to actually drive around and speak to people, which is something we don't do much these days. It's all done on the internet, it's all done with your smartphone, so you don't often get a chance to speak to people, which is a bummer at Christmas because you don't get Christmas tips. But on a serious note now, pricing up, you have to get your price structure right, okay? Now, I know it's so tempting when you start out to go in cheap to get the job. And I know what I'm going to tell you to do now is going to feel really alien and impossible to do. You know, you're going to think, oh my God, that's so counterproductive. Why would I do that? But you've got to start off on the right footing. You have to go in at what you think you're worth. You have to go in and get the price of what you want the job at. You've created your corporate image. You've worked really hard at developing your window cleaning skills. So you've got to go in at the price that you want. And it's not so much the price you want, it's the price you fucking need. Because if you get your price structure wrong, your business is not sustainable. And it actually makes me really angry when people go in and they're just starting out and they go in and undercut everybody. And I want to just grab them by the scruff of the neck and say, dude, it is that price for a reason, okay? And you'll find out in 3 or 4 years when you're potless and your business is going to pot, because it's just not sustainable at those ridiculous prices you're charging. So everyone needs to get on board and charge the going rate, you know. And the going rate, I would say, has got to be, you've got to be working around £50 an hour. So when you go in to give a quote, don't ever do a deal with a customer, don't get involved in negotiating, or you go in, they ask you for a quote, you give them a quote, that's done, walk away. If they're going to start haggling over a couple of quid or a fiver, just walk away, because you know what they're going to be like. So get in there, get your quote in, try to aim for that £50 an hour, don't take any nonsense. Your corporate image looks good, you've laid out your quote sheets, everything looks smart, you've done your job, you've done what you can do, then just walk away. Don't chase and don't negotiate a deal. You want that amount of money, that's what they're going to pay, or else they're not going to get your services. What I'm going to do when we get to this job, hopefully, I'm going to have a quick whip around with my camera and take some pictures for you. It's only a little bungalow that I'm going to quote, and bless him, he wants it done by hand, and that often happens as well. You get a bad window cleaner. If they've had a bad window cleaner or two before they get to you, then they're disheartened with the wash system a lot of the time. We quite often get calls to say, we want it done traditionally. We don't think that wash system, where they just spray the water everywhere and walk off, we don't think that works. So what you've got to do is explain to them that, well, in certain instances we will do traditional, but we'll only do it where we think it's necessary, which is most of the time you can wash anything and it will come up better than traditional. But there are instances where it is preferable to use the traditional method, and that is on a building that has got old timber sash windows, flaky paint, all that stuff. It's easier a lot of the time, if it's low level stuff, just to do it traditional. But most of the time, lead light, UPVC, whatever, you know, even timber frame, if it's a nice condition timber frame window, you can wash it. So you've got to instill confidence in the customer and say, look, we can wash that. It's absolutely fine to wash it. We're not prepared to do it traditionally because we're not going to go 30 foot up a ladder to do that. Because there's still a lot of old school window cleaners that ladder everything, you know, and then trying to get those converted over to washing, it can be quite awkward. So you've got to go along a couple of times, do it, say, what do you reckon? Well, yeah, actually it did do a good job, so then you're okay then. But occasionally, if you get, like I've got to look at this bungalow this morning, it's a bungalow, you know, I don't even think there's any pointed ladder work, it's just walking around, and bless him, he wants it done traditionally. Well, certain jobs, it's actually probably quicker because of the size of the job to do it traditionally. Just run up there with your squeegee and applicator, a couple of screws, blah, 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 and done. Rather than set up your wash system and then run round. It's probably easier to do it traditionally. So I've said to the guy, yeah, we'll do it traditionally if it's what you want, little bungalow. So anyway, I'm going to go along and I'm going to take a couple of pictures and let you know what I would charge for it. And I'll probably quote it for a UPVC wash down and a gutter vacuum as well. I don't think there's a conservatory on the back, but if there is, I'll quote you as well for a conservatory roof clean, and then you just get a rough idea of what I would charge. Anyway, we're on the M27 now. I'll probably be there in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and I'll spark you guys back up again and I'll show you this bungalow. Right, I'm in the road now. I'm looking for 133. Should be just down here on the right. It's this little one here. There we go. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump out, take a couple of snaps for you, and then on the way back tell you what I quoted for it. Right, what a lovely fella he was. Right, this is a nice simple one. You'll see the pictures. There you go, there. You got your windows. I'm quoting him for windows and frames regular. I think he's probably going to go bi-monthly. I'm going to go 25 quid on the windows and frames. He wants it done traditionally because The guys come in normally with the wash system, flood out his porch and whatever. And as you can see on the side, he's got an extractor fan right bang in the middle of the kitchen window. Bit bizarre, but anyway, so I can understand why he wants it done traditionally. 25 quid, that will probably take 15 minutes. UPVC wash down as and when, I'll go 50 quid on that. Gutter clear, you probably wouldn't even use the vacuum, you'd whip up down the points and up that out. £40 gutter clear. And there's that lean-to roof at the back. Did you see that? Really grubby, but you can jump up on that flat roof adjoining it. 75 quid for that. So as you can see, I've gone all old school here. And I've written out my quote. So there you can see. Windows and frames, 25 quid. That'll probably be bi-monthly. Conservatory roof, £75. Gutter vacuum, £40. UPVC wash down, 50 quid. The windows will probably take about 15 minutes. And as usual, with my quote sheet goes my flyer, my general flyer, my double-sided gutter vacuum flyer, and my double-sided UPVC washdown flyer. And that goes in with every quote that I put in manually. Let's go see how we get on, shall we? Right, I've just put that quote in, and he's gone for it. So that's every other month, £25, probably about a 15-minute job. And that job logistically will work, it'll be fantastic. We do lots of other work in the area. So jobs are good. And that's the importance of quoting right, because if you quote every job and get the price right on every job, everything just slots in then. And you just literally go, you know, everyone's a good one. Every job's a good one. You just go bang, 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 bang. Good job after good job. Everything works. Everything's sufficient. Everything's sustainable. You're achieving your turnover. And whenever I pull up at a job to quote a job, what I always think is net profit. That's what I'm always thinking. Anyway, till the next time. Bully out.